Hello viewers, this is Jeyapradha. Today I talk about functions in C. Before go to the topic, first of all we know the learning objectives for the function. So first one, we know the purpose of functions in C. So second one, we know the concept of using user defined elements in C. So third objective is identify the elements of user defined functions. The final one is we have analyzed the categories of functions. So function. Function is a self-contained block of code that performs a particular task. Function can be classified into two categories. They are library functions and user defined functions. For example, we use main as a user defined function in every C program. Every program must have a main function to indicate where the program has to begin its execution. So next category is a library function. So if for example, we use printf, scanf in the C programs to get and print the inputs from the user to the screen. Need for user defined functions. So for example, for the situation, the program may become too large or complex. As a result, the task of debugging, testing and maintaining becomes difficult. If a program is divided into functional parts, then each part may be independently coded and later combined into a single unit. This independent code program are known as subprograms or functions. Elements of user defined functions. First of all, we have three elements to create a user defined functions in C. So first one is function definition, second one is function call, third one is function declaration. So first one, function definition. So function definition is an independent program that can specifically written to implement the requirements of the function. Second one is function call. So to use the function, we have to invoke it in a right place in the program. This function is called as, function call is called as calling program or calling function. So third one is function declaration. So the calling program should declare an function that is used later in the program. So function declaration is also known as function prototype. Definition of functions. So first we have create a function, we need 6 elements in a function's general formats. So first one is function name, second one is function type, third one list of parameters, fourth one local variable declaration, fifth one function statement, sixth one return statements. So first 3 elements in a syntax is known as function header, then second last 3 one is known as function body. So first element of function is an function name. So function name should be an any valid identifier. In C, we have defined identifier as a not as an keyword. So next one, the function type. The function type specifies the type of value like float or double that the function is expected to return to the program calling the function. So next one is list of parameters. So list of parameters used in the function definition and function declarations are known as formal parameters. Then local variable declarations. So local variable declarations are placed inside the function body. Then function statements, that means executable statements which can perform a specific task in a function. Last one is a return statement. Return statement can return a value. Return statement can return a value that syntax for function definition. So this is a general format for function definition. So first one is function type, then function name, parameter list. This parameter list is done formal parameters, then local variable declaration, function statements, return statements. For example, consider an addition of 2 numbers. We have create a function named as add, then it have take 2 parameters as input, int x and int y. the function can return a value as an integer. So, we declare the return type as integer. Inside the function we calculate sum, that means sum equal to x plus y. Finally, we return the sum value from the function. So, this is a basic syntax for the function definition. Function call. So, function can be called by simply using the function name followed by a list of actual parameters. So, in function call we have passed some arguments to the function, that parameters are called as actual parameters. So, syntax for a function call is function name then list of parameters. So, in the example we have declared a display function. So, inside from main function we call display just by its name, then that program control is transferred to the display function. Finally, the display function executes its task and then return to the main function. Function declaration. So, function declaration is the third part of the function implementation. So, it also have 4 elements. First one is function type, second one function name, third one parameter list, last one terminating semicolons. So, function declaration is same as that of the function definition, except that the semicolon must be included in the last and the edge of the statement. So, syntax function type, function name, parameter list. So, parameter list used in the function declaration is also known as formal parameters. So, example, in this example CGF is an function name. So, for that function we pass 2 arguments, the function can return integer values. So, finally, we give semicolon for indicate the declaration of the function. It can be later used anywhere in the program. Implementation of functions. So, in this program we calculate the product of 2 numbers. So, first we have declare the function using function syntax. Product is a function name. It have take 2 arguments. This argument is known as actual formal parameters. So, it can return an integer value. From the main function it can begins its execution. First statement is a product of a comma b. So, product function can be called from that place. So, the function control is transferred to the function declaration. From the function declaration we calculate x into y. So, x into y value can be returned from the function to the main. It can be cached in the variable c. Finally, we print c value from the main function. So, this is an example for function, how to create functions in C. So, next one is we have see the categories of functions. There are 4 categories in the functions. First one is functions with no arguments and no return values. So, that means the function does not take any data as input and does not return any value to the calling function. So, this can be explained in the diagrams. From the diagram we have clearly know that there is no data communication between the functions. So, second category is functions with arguments and no return values. That means the function can accept arguments as an input, but does not return any value. This communication is an one-way communication. One function can send data, but not receive any value. That means there is an one-way communication. Category 3 is a function with arguments and return values. That means a function can take values as input and also return a value to the calling function. So, this from the diagram this can clearly know that there is two-way communication. That means a function can send a input to the another function, that function also return a value to the calling function. So, fourth one is function with no arguments but return type. So, this function is also is an one-way communication. That means a function can no pass any data to the functions, but a called function can be returned to the value to the functions. So, this is a category of 4 functions. So, I hope you all know about the functions and categories of functions, how to declare functions and its elements in this video. Thank you.